crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn. As easy, a sip of chaga coffee. All right, before we get in the match, I do want everybody to reach out spiritually to my friend Dick Allgaier is struggling. I think it's COVID, but he's really struggling. So we need to absolutely send all our energies over to Mr. Allgaier. What an amazing human being, amazing life, a great friend. I was gonna look for I found this out because I had texted him the other day, and he said, I had COVID, we got over it, and now it's getting worse. So the guys over at Crypto Viewing put out a request for healing energies for Dick Allgaier. So let's all get him in our thoughts and prayers that he recovers very fast and gets out back into the fight. What a great guy. I'm going to play something at the end. He's amazing on guitar and bass. He can, if there's anything he's interested in, he turns out to be great in it. Obviously, remote viewing and the world's best broadcaster. Yeah. I don't even know what to say other than, so I checked, I was going to put a video up, and I will at the end of this. It's amazing how many, so I did a search for my name and his, and amazing how many times we've hung out. We've had fun, had disagreements, played music together. We played music together in Hawaii. We've played music together in Vegas. We played music together in Lafayette, California. We played music together in, where else? Burlingame, California. And then we chat on video all the time. Such a great guy. And just please, right now, please concentrate on sending healing energies to our friend Dick Allgaier over there in Hawaii. All right, let's talk about silver. And anybody looks at price on anything, you're just gonna beat yourself up, and you're gonna confuse yourself, because this is not the price of silver. It's $21.73 is not the price of silver. That is the price of the silver derivative contracts traded on a criminal exchange. And it's not going to change until we take out the criminal exchanges, and that's what's coming. Same with stock market, the bond market, the crypto market, you name it, it's all fake. We live in a fake world right now. But this will end. It will end ugly for them. If you position yourself so that you have your assets in your own possession, you don't care how nice the third party is. It just doesn't matter as long as they're in your own possession. You will ride out the coming chaos and be prepared for the future, because the future is extremely bright. Complicated, but bright. All right. We are still hovering below the 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. This is the game played by the manipulators. They put out the word to everybody, don't buy silver until we tell you. They work off a playbook. Actually, most of the trades are done out of the Fed in New York, the Exchange Stabilization Fund. There is a coordinator sitting there going like this. Hey, stock market, you're allowed to go up. Bond market, you're allowed to go up. Crypto, we're going to keep you down for a little bit. Silver, we're going to run you up to 50 and then back down under 20 and then back down under 10. And then we're going to run oil to minus $40. Click of a mouse. I've been screaming this since they kicked me out of the Silver Summit. Silver Summit, I think they're still doing it. It was an annual silver conference, and I got up in front of everybody. It was like my third time talking there. I said, I gave a walkthrough of how silver is rigged with computers and derivatives. I talked about the volumes, how they do it, and then I called out the CEOs of the silver mining companies who couldn't talk about conspiracy theories. It was embarrassing for them. I was pissed off. I just said, you people are destroying your own industry. If the CEOs of silver mining companies aren't smart enough to figure this out and don't have the balls to stand up to the criminality going on, they should be removed as CEOs. And then they kicked me out. They didn't kick me out. They didn't let me come back. I got like a standing ovation at the end, and they stopped inviting me back because I was too conspiratorial. Then we find out years later I was 100% right. JP busted for silver price manipulation along with gold and the US dollar price manipulation. But it's not just JP Morgan. it's one of those things. In the end, you're going to be right, but it's like you suffer through 20 years of people calling you a conspiracy theorist, blah, 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 and you get numb to it. And then at the end, you're right. But for 20 years, they had their field day. And at the end, you get like 2 minutes of, patting yourself on the back. Yeah, you got that right. I mean, is it worth it? Yes, it is. Truth and honesty in markets. Without that, we are screwed, as you can tell. These false markets are what props up the false economy, the false media, the false governance. Only free markets will get us back to freedom. And free markets means trading assets for what they are worth, not the derivatives and high-frequency trades and massive amounts of trades that are going on right now. Excuse me. Clearly need more chaga. All right. Here's something I want to talk about. You see, the very end of the month, we had some paint the tape type of stuff. 350 million ounces traded on May 31st. Not a huge amount. I don't know why such a big jump was required, but hey, I guess it had gone down. People get tired of. Yet, see, there's nobody at the other end of these trades, too. These are all trades of the banks going back and forth to each other and the criminals, controlled by Virtu Financial, the high-frequency trading company run by Vinny Viola, but all run out of and with the consent of the U.S. government. And they orchestrate it all. So don't think this is... And it is proven. You want to see how you can prove that it's just these banks trading back and forth to each other? Look at the deliveries. This is not delivery month. Deliveries were 1,400 contracts and then pretty much everything got delivered on the first day of delivery, which is about, 7 million ounces. So you go, okay, who did all these deliveries? Let's look at the banks who, usually Bank of America's in there, JP or Morgan Stanley, B of A, Goldman Sachs. I'm going through here. Nobody's really doing anything this month. Wells took a couple contracts. But then you get down here to JP Morgan Securities and their customer account, 1,404 contracts. What was the total delivery? 1,404 contracts. So JP Morgan basically delivered 100% of the silver market. Now, how is that not a dominant role? And this is the same company got charged one of the largest. It's not the largest anymore. There was a bigger fine for Glencore for the Mark Rich companies rigging the oil markets just recently. But this is the largest fine in commodity history for metals manipulation. And who was it? JP Morgan. Did they allow? They're not allowed to trade for their house account, so they just moved it all to their customer account. Hey, pretend you're my customer. Let's set up some Enron type shell corporations and just trade back and forth with each other to set the price. They should have been removed from the market. But it's their market. They own the market. They control the market. For treasuries, remember that repo crisis? That, oh my God, repo rates went up to 10%. That was all JP Morgan pulling out of that market to try to destroy Trump. That's how big this fight is. This is, they're trying to overthrow governments. Yes, Jamie Dimon absolutely belongs in jail along with all the other cronies. But we will see. We're getting down to crunch time. All right. I want to talk about THETA. Okay, so THETA is trading at $1.30. Again, prices are rigged. It's so funny to me with all that THETA is doing, and I'll get to that in a second, behind the scenes, they have done nothing but hit target after target. I mean, there is no other crypto on the planet who has done more with their blockchain than THETA. No other crypto. THETA is eating other cryptos alive. As a matter of fact, I'll get to that in a second. But THETA's market cap is $1.3 billion. THETA is going into the thousands of dollars. Right now, it's $1.30. Road to Ruta members, you know this. We've talked about it a million times. And you think, oh my God, it went from 15 to $1.30. Well, it went from 4 cents to 15. And yes, it is pulling down with the rest of cryptos. Is crypto done? Hell no. Is Theta done? Hell no. It's just a ridiculous way to rig prices to keep prices low. I'll guarantee you, this is a Bix Weir guarantee. Netflix is coming to Theta. They're going to use Theta for the metaverse, and I'm going to show you why. Amazon, 100% coming to Theta. YouTube coming to Theta. Theta is the future of broadband capacity on a larger scale, but video streaming, oh my God, night and day, and they know it. So, and then after those announcements are made, then the investors come in from the NASDAQ and the U.S. stock markets, and all the tech investors are going to analyze, oh my God, how did we miss out on this tech company hiding amongst the cryptos? That's going to be a really exciting time. So, $130, yes, buy. $13, yes, buy. $130, yes, buy. $1,300, yes, buy. It is absolutely going there pretty damn fast. Theta announced Theta Mainnet 4.0. I hadn't read this. I read through it. I'm like, holy shit. This is what this change in Theta, what it does is create subchains. So you can have a company like Samsung or Sony or Netflix running their own chain, their own proprietary chain based off the Theta blockchain. But they have control over it. And then the overall, they can have as much control as they want over their own chain, but it is a subchain of the Theta blockchain. It's amazing stuff. And this is the kind of thing, like Sony doesn't want to get into the crypto market, and they're not. They want an established blockchain. Sony and Samsung both talked about this. They want their own blockchain, and they want to be something that is sound and established that they can work off and control. This is what this allows. Subchains off of the Theta Mainnet 4.0. These guys are freaking brilliant, by the way. So, yeah, put that in your hat. This takes out the need for 4 cryptos. Well, we already knew that Theta can do everything that Ethereum can do. That's a $250 or $237 billion market cap. Right now, the Theta market cap is $1.3 billion. Theta is faster. It uses the same language. It's cheaper by far than Ethereum. Ethereum just begs to be like Theta, but they can't. They already constructed what they did. Now they're trying to do backflips. Change it's just not working. So I expect every company that's built on Ethereum to move over to Theta, and Theta is positioning itself for the metaverse. This sub-chain is called metachains. So companies can have their own blockchain on the Theta metachain. It's interesting stuff, but the other companies it takes out, the other cryptos it takes out, Cosmos, Polkadot, and Avalanche. 3 gigantic cryptos that all have higher market caps than Theta. Polkadot's got a 10 billion market cap. Cosmos has a 3 billion market cap. Avalanche has a 7 billion market cap. And again, Theta has only a 1.3 billion market cap. All that these companies were doing, these cryptos were trying to do, is being done by Theta with this Meta 4.0, and what they've already done, better, faster, and in a way that there might be another company that comes by, although Theta's getting the patents. They expect a hell of a lot of patents this year. They were talking about close to 100 patents this year. We'll see what happens. But you need them for the metaverse. This is the Theta Meta Chain to power Web3 businesses. Go check it out. It's fairly technical, but it goes through the pros and cons of what they were trying to do. Things like video content platforms, subscription-based streaming platforms. Netflix, Disney, and Hulu could use this. And it increases the amount of flexibility they have, lowers costs massively, and streams high quality video content. We've seen that. So video content platforms, Netflix, Disney, and Hulu, free ad support video services, YouTube, Twitch, Tubi, and Pluto TV, and then transactional pay-per-view models, Amazon Prime, and other OTT services. And it goes one by one how this will replace what they're currently doing. Better, faster, cheaper, and mostly decentralized, unless they don't want it decentralized. Replaces ticketing and live event platforms. That's obvious. Movie studios and production houses will Listen to what they say. Movie studios and production houses, Universal Pictures, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Lionsgate are quite traditional with little business change in the last few decades. Emerging studios and indie filmmakers have experimented with innovative funding, production, and post-production models. However, Web3 initiatives could unlock a whole new value chain where the original IP and creators can reap much greater rewards than the traditional 10 to 15%. Starting with seed funding, fractional ownership of THETA TNT20 tokens can be sold at the early stages of a project to raise funds for production. Token owners can be entitled to a percentage of the gross profits. Everything's coming online, and if you close your eyes to it, this is so much more than cryptocurrencies. The world is changing, and THETA is going to have the blockchain as the number one most important blockchain, way beyond Bitcoin, way beyond Litecoin, but way beyond anything else. They have their other purposes. But THETA is changing the business world. It's shocking what is going to happen. Local sports team, NBA, NFL, National Hockey League, have traditionally relied on two sources of revenue, namely ticket sales and broadcast rights. A next-gen Web3 business model for sports teams could incorporate team fan tokens where token holders can participate in the governance and vote on various stadium and business team decisions. Do we want to hire this guy? Do we want to change the uniform? It can be anything. It opens the universe to participation in your favorite team. Content website hosting services, Amazon, Google, GoDaddy, and Squarespace are mostly centralized platform. A Web3 distributed content hosting service could be 3 to 5x more cost effective. Go check this out. It is unbelievable. And that's what's coming. December 1st, I think they go live. All right. But, I mean, and THETA is trading at $1.30. If anything, if you're going to do, my two recommendations are number one, silver, number two, THETA. Silver because of 170 years of price suppression. Silver will go 1-to-1 with gold. Gold will probably go to $20,000. Silver will go to $20,000 now. Don't even look at price today because it's meaningless. It's rigged. It's, what did they take? 350 million ounces on the 31st of May. 350 million ounces in one day. That's ridiculous. It's not real. It's fake. And that's what's breaking down. THETA, look at the amount staked. We're at 64%, now we're at 63%. This has been growing, literally growing and growing and growing, even with the crypto crash. The amount staked is what's most important. The price means nothing right now. It's like when the price was 4 cents, it meant nothing. And 5 cents, it meant nothing. At 20 cents, it meant nothing. It's the future of the internet that we're talking about. So go to roadtoro.com. We are absolutely on the THETA side of the game. This is what everybody should be looking at. SEC leaders with nearly 50 years of experience quit under Gary Gensler's tenure. I can't tell you if Gensler's a good guy or bad guy. Truthfully, I don't know. Clearly, he is out to turn cryptocurrencies, put it within a regulatory framework of the old system, which I think is bad. But hey, it is what it is. That's what's going to happen. Gensler is going to lay down the law with his people. Now, did he? So he fired SEC leaders with 50 years of experience. We have 50 years of criminality from the SEC. So this makes me think, maybe Gensler's a good guy. I mean, the amount of criminality in the SEC is shocking. The amount of criminality in our justice system is shocking. That Sussman's guy gets off. I knew he was going to get off. Everybody knew he was going to get off. Why? Because the judge and the jury was rigged. You had Clinton supporters in the jury who had paid money into that. The mother of one of the jury members or something like that played sports with one of the kids of the guy getting rung up on charges. It's insane. The criminality in the global financial regulatory government system is beyond out of control. That's another reason why we have to absolutely crash the system. I don't know if Gary Gensler is going to be able to pull his pull a rabbit out of the hat. Clearly, what they did to Reggie Middleton still lies there to me. You know, if he's firing people who have a long time experience in cryptocurrencies within the SEC, bravo to him. Bravo to Gary Gensler if you're firing the criminals that, for example, the people who worked on the Reggie Middleton case. I mean, that is just the most horrific thing a government can do, destroy the life of someone who was literally trying to fix the problem. And their problem, that's what the SEC does. It covers up and hides the insanity of our current system. We'll see what happens. Anyway, you're interested in Road to Ruta, go to roadtoruta.com, check out all the information we have, interviews with Cliff, all kinds of great stuff. And go to subscribe today. You'll get your silver coin, your silver Ruta coin. I'm going to leave you today. Again, many prayers to our friend Dick Allgaier over in Hawaii. Let's hope he gets better very, very soon. And he can shred on some electric guitar like I found this is the first time I wrote the song Litecoin is the Right Coin. I had it kind of slow and boring. And my friend Dick Allgaier said, hey, I'll spice it up. So check out the man on the guitar, and lots of love and prayers going out to Dick Allgaier.
And every crypto has a purpose. Everything's about to change. And Litecoin is the right coin as a means of exchange. Down! Well,